Greetings, cyberdogs and citizens of the internet. This is RENDOG coming at you from the streets of Mole City in this Let's Play Minecraft Survival series. In the previous episode, we got back from an epic adventure where we were hunting for 1.7 biomes, and unfortunately, just before we got home, tragedy struck. And if some of you guys are watching this episode and you guys haven't watched the previous episode, I am freaking angry with your buttholes, and this sunflower is going to go directly between the crack of your ass unless you pause this video and go watch the previous one, man, because it was a tragic episode, but it was also a freaking sweet episode. But in this episode, my friends, we are going to be working on creating a brand new structure in Mole City, and this structure is going to house all of the sweet ass flowers that we managed to pick up on our 1.7 adventure. And man, it is going to be freaking sweet, guys. We're also going to be naming, adding a name tag to Paloma, as well as getting a whole bunch of you guys on the Dogali at the end of this episode. So guys, let's sit back and relax and play some freaking Minecraft survival. Guys, I am in such a Minecraft mood today, man. You know what? I love this game so much, man. I've been playing this game for so many years now, and I still love this game as much as when I first started playing. It's the best game ever made. I freaking love you, Minecraft. But guys, I just got a wave of love for Minecraft there. Sorry, guys. I just had to express my freaking joy at how beautiful this game is. But guys, on the previous adventure, we managed to pick up a whole bunch of these sweet-ass flowers. And one of you cyberdogs mentioned in the comments section that we can actually make more flowers out of the flowers that we've got already. Now, I think I asked the question, can we actually grow more flowers? And what we can actually do is use bone meal to make more flowers out of flowers. So you see, I just made another sunflower out of this one, and that is awesome. I'm not sure if it works for all of the flowers. I don't think it does. I'm not sure if, let's have a look. Let's do some tests. Okay, it works for that one. Well, it seems to work for most of the flowers. Does it work for these tulips? Let's have a look. It should work for all of them, right? Okay. Well, for some reason, it doesn't work for tulips. One of you guys will probably let me know why, but what I essentially want to do in today's episode, guys, is make a sweet-ass greenhouse. And I want to make the greenhouse in a sort of Victorian Oriental style. So I'm going to be using a bunch of glass, and I'm going to be using a bunch of iron fences, some wood, a lot of slabbage, and we're gonna try and make like a really awesome-looking Victorian botany greenhouse. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what the jazz that is, it's basically in the Victorian times, and it could have even been before that. I'm just saying Victorian because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. But essentially, in England, there are a whole bunch of really beautiful botanical gardens, and in those botanical gardens are epic structures that are made out of glass and iron, and they have really beautiful iron structures in them. And they were supposed to be, back in the day, you know, gardens for the elite, for their aristocracy to go and sort of woo their ladies. And the buildings were absolutely amazing. And I'm gonna try and replicate that style because I absolutely love. There is basically a greenhouse at a place called Kew Gardens in London that is it's such a beautiful building, and it has exotic plants in it, and it is absolutely epic. So I'm going to sort of try and recreate my feeling when I go to Kew Gardens in this new building that we're going to make over here. And of course, the reason that we want to be able to replicate all of these flowers that we found is because we want to make stained glass windows so that we can start working on the Cyberdog monument over there that's going to overlook Mole City. And before we can start working on the Cyberdog monument, we need to gather all of the necessary materials to do so, and stained glass is one of the primary ingredients that we need for the Cyberdog monument. So in today's episode, guys, we're just going to be crafting a greenhouse that is going to be that is going to allow us to reproduce a ton of these flowers, and then we're going to be able to turn these flowers into dye, and we're going to be able to use that dye to make our stained glass windows. So that is epic. Oh my goodness. Oh, I thought that was an iron golem down there. It's just a sheep. But what I also want to do in today's episode, guys, is plant some of these darkwood oak trees also. Because we want to start getting a whole bunch of saplings from these bad boys so that we can start getting some darkwood oak, which we will eventually use in the nether district of Mole City, just because it's such an awesome tree. It's almost like an evil looking tree. So I thought, you know, what better place to plant these oakwood saplings than right here in the nether district, and we'll let those sprout, and we'll come cut them down and not only collect their juicy, sweet-ass darkwood oak logs, but also pick up their saplings, and then we can make a grove of dark oak wood trees in the wood grove at the end of the farmlands eventually. But guys, let's just have a little bit of a sleep, and before we get cracking on today's project, which is this epic flower greenhouse we're going to make, I want to use the name tag that we found on our previous 1.7 adventure and give Paloma the name tag that she deserves, man. All the dogs got a name tag, and Paloma didn't get a name tag, and you know what? That is just not cricket, man. You know, I can already hear Paloma's meows are a little bit more angry than they usually are. She's upset with me, and that's because I haven't given her a name tag. What's up, Paloma? I have a name tag for you, kitty. Do not worry. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to get your butthole on this name tag, and then you will have a sweet-ass name tag. So let's put this name tag in the forge, and we will give Paloma her name tag. Paloma! Paloma! My little kitty, I got a present for you. I got a present for you. And it is a freaking name tag, man. I know that's not much of a present. I know you'd prefer like a juicy sea bass, but this is just going to have to do. Paloma looking good. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so our kitty is now named, our dogs are named, and all we need now is a name tag for Big Mac, for Atreyu, and for our new horse. And we also still need to name our new horse, man. You know, I don't know what we're going to call that horse, but it's going to have to be something sweet. And speaking of sweet, I think it's time that we give old Beatrice her flowers. Yo, Beatrice, I'm alive. I'm alive. FYI, I'm alive. I see you're not hanging around near Griswold anymore. Check, I brought you some flowers. I brought you some sweet ass flowers. I'm gonna plant them in your garden. Check it out. It's awesome, right? Check. And check, I've even got more exotic ones for you. Check out that sunflower. It's epic. You know? Look how awesome the flowers are. No? Ah, women. I tell you what, man. Never freaking satisfied. You go on a deadly, freaking life-threatening mission to get them flowers, and all they do is stare at you. They don't even say anything. Ah, sigh. Anyway, guys, let's head over to today's construction site, and this is basically the space that I want to build our greenhouse today, and I thought we should probably do it here because it's relatively flat, and we haven't quite figured out what we want to do with this space of Mole District yet. You know, we have been toying around with making this a Viking district or something like that, but what I want to do with this greenhouse is I essentially want to make this greenhouse in an L shape, right? So I want the greenhouse to sort of go in this direction and then take a right turn and go in this direction, and then I want there to be a sort of open space over here in between the L of the building, and in that space we'll build like a sweet ass fountain or something where we'll plant all of these exotic flowers that we've got. So that is pretty awesome. Now the second awesome thing about this location for a greenhouse is that it has direct access into the cave networks that run underneath Mole City and run underneath Rentopia. Check it out, man. This cave system basically connects up to the cave system just underneath the life tree in the mole hole. So what I'm thinking is that maybe what we could do is use a secret piston trap door or something to make a secret entrance from the greenhouse into the mole hole. So we would have like a secret under cave under cave passageway from Mole City to Rentopia. A lot of you guys will know that I've said in the past that what I want to do is make some secret entrances into the Mole City castle and stuff like that. And this seems like a really awesome opportunity that, you know, we can use this sort of natural cave over here to run that passageway all the way to the mole hole. So that is pretty freaking sweet, man. I think that's a sweet idea. But guys, what I'm going to do now is just kaplam this sucker and get all of this ground filled in. And when I bring you guys back, we will start working on the foundations for the greenhouse that is going to sit in this location. And cyber dogs, it is going to be freaking sweet, man. I'll see you on the other side of this freaking compliant. All right, my cyber diggity dogs, we are back, and I have filled up this area with dirt, and I actually thought that I had run out of dirt. There is no more dirt left in the mole hole, and luckily I found a whole bunch of dirt in the Lakeside Villa Harbor. But we are basically out of dirt, man. The dirt that I've got left in my inventory is the dirt that we have left in this current series, which is completely crazy. I honestly never thought that I would run out of freaking dirt in Minecraft. But, you know, building foundations takes a lot of freaking dirt, man. But while I was in the mole hole in the storage room, guys, I suddenly had an amazing idea. And I thought, why don't we use some mossy cobblestone for this greenhouse? Because after all, a greenhouse is an extremely moist building. In fact, this is going to be the moistest building we've ever crafted. And what could be more moist than a mossy cobblestone? So I brought along with me a whole bunch of mossy cobblestone. You know, we were actually talking the other day about what are we going to use mossy cobblestone for in this series. We have so much mossy cobblestone that we've collected from dungeons over the last 3 episodes, and we haven't actually used it for anything yet. And I thought, you know what, this might be a pretty sweet project to actually use some mossy cobblestone on. So what I've done over here, guys, is I've just sort of laid out the foundations of how I want the building to go. As you can see, there's going to be one really long wing over here, and then there's going to be a shorter wing over here. And the entrance into the greenhouse is going to be from this angle, and then you're going to be able to walk all the way through the greenhouse and come out of this side over here. So there's going to be 2 entrances into the greenhouse. We're then going to have an open area over here, basically an open garden, and what I want to do is make a really nice fountain feature over here with lily pads and sweet ass ferns and plants on the outskirts of it, so that this whole area is going to be dedicated to botany. Basically, this is going to be like the botany cell, and everything's going to be really natural, everything's going to look really natural, look really beautiful, and it is going to be freaking sweet, man. And you know what, guys, when I thought about doing this project today, I actually thought about it this morning when I woke up. I woke up this morning, and the first thing that I thought about, well, the second thing that I thought about, the first thing that I thought about was coffee, obviously. But the second thing that I thought about this morning was building this greenhouse. And for some reason, it reminded me of my mum. And, well, not for some reason, actually. My mom is a big lover of plants and of growing stuff. And as you guys know, a few weeks ago, I went to South Africa to see my family and to see my mom. And my mom actually showed me a lot of the stuff that she does on her farm. My mom lives on a farm in South Africa, and what she does is she grows really beautiful plants and she resells them. And she also has a greenhouse, actually. On her farm. She doesn't actually use it, but it is a greenhouse there. And I have to say, it is actually very moist and very moldy. So while I said that I'm gonna model this greenhouse on the greenhouse that I saw at Kew Gardens, I actually think I'm gonna model this warehouse on the on the greenhouse at my mum's farm. And yeah, that's actually awesome. And it's actually going to be quite similar to it, because her greenhouse is made out of stone and glass. It's a 19th century greenhouse, and there is a lot of moss on it. So that's actually perfect, man. So that is what I'm going to do, man. This project is dedicated to my Mamadog. And you know, thinking about how I was going to build this and what it was going to look like made me think a lot about my mum, and a lot about what my mum has actually achieved in her life. And you know, you guys are, most of you out there, man, we all love our mums, right? Even if our mums drive us crazy sometimes, or we have really big fights with our mums, there isn't a love quite as strong as a love between a child and their mum. It's a very special love, you know, and it's a very important love also, I think. And you know, thinking about this project got me thinking about my Mamadog and how much I love her and how much I appreciate her, how much she's actually done for me in my life. It's actually pretty crazy, man. And I want to share a bit of that with you guys today. You know, just as a shout out to the sweetness that is my freaking Mamadog, man. But guys, this is basically the foundations for the greenhouse that I'm going to be building today. And it looks so awesome in mossy cobblestone. Oh man, it just looks so freaking sweet. And what I thought we could do is we could get some slabbage, some stone brick slabbage, to sort of line the whole thing. I think that'll make it even better. And then what I want to do on the outside over here is plant some trees or something, like those little bush trees that we've got over there. So we'll make this place look really, really epic. And I think by adding some stone brick slabbage over here, it just adds to that sort of old feel. You know, it feels like this greenhouse has been here getting moist for like 1,000 years, which is sweet. Now, guys, as some of you guys will know, my father passed away when I was very, very young. When myself and my brother were very, very young, I was only 6 years old, and the real Goxie was only 4 years old, and my father passed away in a tragic accident. And he basically left my mum with 2 kids, a house, 2 cars, and that was it. That's what he left behind. And both my mum and my dad were musicians, and you know, musicians don't exactly get the greatest of salaries. I mean, they're paid well, of course they are, because they are very, very talented people. But, you know, it's much easier when you have 2 children, if there's 2 of you, to help towards all of the bills and towards all of the costs. And suddenly my mum found herself being, you know, alone in this task of looking after myself and my brother, the real Goxie. And you know what? My mum, instead of failing, or instead of breaking down, instead of collapsing, as I think quite a lot of people would do in that sort of situation where, you know, you lose your husband or you lose your wife at a very young age. I'm not sure, by the way, guys, I'm not sure if I like how the slabbage looks. I'm sort of thinking about maybe putting the slabbage like this instead. Yeah, I think that definitely looks a lot better. But instead of sort of breaking down and losing it and giving up, my mum rose above the tragedy that happened, and she rose to be the person that she is today. And she got both my brother and I through that. She got us through school, she got us through university, and now one of her sons is a Minecrafter, a professional Minecrafter, and one of her sons is an engineer. And you know what? When you think about how difficult that time must have been for her, losing her husband when she had 2 small kids, for her to have been able to make her kids achieve what both the Goxie and I have achieved in our lives is an absolutely incredible feat. And it brings tears to my eyes right now thinking about it. Thinking about how much I owe my mum in this world, and how much she has done for me. And nothing I could ever do, I think, could ever repay my mum for all of the sacrifices she made for me, for everything that she did, for me to now be living a life that I could only ever dream of, man. And, you know, Mamadog, I know you watch my videos, and I just want to say that I love you more than anything in this world, and I just want to thank you for everything that you've ever done for me, and everything that you will do for me. It's not like mum stopped doing stuff for you when you grow up. You know, your mum is always there for you, man. You know, when you go through really tough times, the person that is going to be with you, that is going to be able to help you through really tough times, is your mum. And my mum helped me through some tough times, and she will always be there for me, and she will always be able to help me through anything that I go through. So, mum, I love you, and thank you so much for everything. And man, you're just so freaking awesome. All right, guys. Anyway, whew, that was emotional, man. Damn. I'm gonna need a moment just to sort of regroup. But I've just been experimenting here, guys, with the slabbage, and I sort of lowered the slabbage level over here. I don't know if I actually like this now that I'm looking at it. It's okay, I guess. I'm going to leave it for now, but why don't you guys let me know what you think about this level of slabbage? Did you like the slabbage at this higher level over here, or do you like it at that level over there? I tell you what, guys, I'm going to have a sleep and just take a moment, and I will be back in 1 second, and we will continue work on this sweet ass greenhouse. Kaplayam! All right, so it's time to get some freaking steakification up in my belly. Kaplayam! Damn, that is some good stuff, man. All right, so let's have a look at what we've done over here, guys. Let's regroup over here. This is looking pretty sweet, but I do have reservations about this slabbage. I got to say, man, I'm not 100% sold on this slabbage. I think I think this might be better, actually, just because I think that this is just too flat like this. There's just too much flatness going on over here. And this sort of, this kind of breaks it up. You know what might actually be better than the stone slabbage, or the stone brick slabbage might just be normal cobblestone slabbage. That might actually be better. Let's have a look, because the cobblestone slabbage looks very similar to the mossy cobblestone, right? So that might actually be a little bit better. I think that actually works very nicely, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. What do you guys think? Yeah, you know what the problem is here, guys? This stone slabbage, because it's exactly like the pavement slabbage, that is what's making it look really flat, and it's looking like way too symmetrical, way too perfect. So that's probably why it's looking a little bit funky right now. So let's change all of this to just normal slabbage, and I think this is a win. I think this is exactly what we want to go with. Too bad you can't get mossy cobblestone slabbage, or you might. Can you get mossy cobblestone slabbage now in 1.7? That would be pretty sweet, but I don't think you can actually. All right, that's looking pretty good, I think. That's looking awesome, actually. Okay, so the next step, guys, is to actually work out exactly what the greenhouse is going to look like inside. Now, the idea that I had was to run a line of dirt along the outskirts of the inside of the building, just like this, right? We're going to run it all the way around the circumference. And what we do need to make sure is that there is some grass growing on top of this, because we won't be able to plant the flowers on top of this dirt unless there's some grass. So we're just going to have to wait for some grass to hop onto here. But let's run another layer of dirt like this, right? Right, that's looking sweet. And now what we can do, okay, the grass has already started, that's awesome. Let's get some spruce wood stairs, right? And what we can do now is actually border off this line of dirt like this, right? So this, on top of this dirt, is where we are going to be planting our flowers. It's where we're going to be doing our botany. So I think that's actually really awesome, right? So we've got like a really small passageway through the greenhouse. But greenhouses are generally quite small. Like, for those of you guys who have been in greenhouses before, the passageways are generally pretty small. And that's actually quite cool, and I like how the wood sort of breaks up the rockiness of the construction. So I'm just going to leave the space over here so the grass can hop onto this line over here. Oh, actually, it's already doing it, so we don't even need to worry about that. All right, so let's finish that off. Okay, so sweet. So we're going to be planting our flowers along these lines of dirt over here, right? Now what we want to do is create walls of not stained glass windows, just normal glass panes. Now, in the storage warehouse, we had a redonkulous amount of glass panes, which I think we made when we were working on the lakeside villa. And I think I just made like an obscene amount of glass panes by mistake. I think I held down Shift when I made all of these glass panes. So I literally made way too many glass panes, but it's actually awesome because it's paying off now for us. We're going to be able to make the walls of our greenhouse out of glass panes, which is really awesome. Now, my question is whether we make the glass panes from this level like that, or whether, yeah, that's kind of cool, because if what I was thinking was we add another layer of mossy cobblestone wall, but then when you actually look into the greenhouse from outside, you won't be able to see the flowers. So I actually really like this design, and I really love how the glass panes look with the mossy cobblestone. It does have that sort of Victorian greenhouse look to it, that Victorian observatory look to it. It's freaking sweet, man. So guys, I tell you what, I'm going to finish off laying all of these glass walls down, and I will bring you back on the other side of this kaplayam, and we can then start looking at exactly how the roof is going to look. Kaplayam! Alright, Cyberdogs, I have fixed up the roof by adding a slant to the front end of the roof structure, and as you can see, it is looking absolutely epic now, man. This is looking absolutely perfect. Exactly what I want it to look like. Let's get downstairs and have a look at what it looks like from a distance. I think I solved the problem of what the roof looked like. There we go, looking awesome. Well, we can't really see it because of these freaking walls of dirt over here. So let's get rid of this dirt and have one last squiz at what it looks like. I'm very, very happy though with how it's turned out. I think it's this roof is just really cool. I love the way that the slabbage and the glass and the iron fences interact with each other aesthetically, man. It is so sweet. There we go. Okay, that's looking excellent. I'm loving that. Let's have a look from the side over here. Yes, perfect. And why don't we get to the top of Granny Dog's monument? We can also have a look from sort of a bird's eye view. Yes, 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 please. Let's go all the way up here, man. There we go. Oh man, that is looking epic. I love that roof design. And what we'll do is we'll obviously continue that roof design along this wing of the greenhouse also. And that'll complete the design. So that is really sweet. Let's get back in there. I want to do a little bit more experimenting on the inside over here. Because what I want to do now is actually set up the door to get into the greenhouse. And what I want to do is use iron doors. Because I think an iron door is way more greenhousey than a wooden door. So I'm going to use an iron door with some pressure plates for the entrance into the greenhouse. And I think what we should probably do is change that block to a slabbage block just to keep it consistent. And then if we stick the door over there and the pressure plate over there, okay, that's awesome, man. That is sweet. And then a pressure plate over here to get out. Okay, sweet. That's looking epic. Okay, so next up, what we need to do is sort of complete this entrance hall over here, right? So what I'm thinking is maybe what we want to do is line iron fencing like this so that we have some ventilation shafts things going on over here, right? So that looks pretty awesome. And then maybe what we can do, maybe what we need is I think we're probably going to need solid glass for the entrance. So if we just make it like this, right, out of solid glass, how's that gonna look? Maybe what we need to do is come one more layer or one more level down over here of iron fencage, just so that we can see this sweet iron fencage effect from the other side. And then we just have one more layer of glass like this. That sort of completes the entrance to our greenhouse. Let's have a look. What does that look like from the outside? Yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. I'm kind of feeling like maybe these iron bars need to actually be... No, not that one. Oops. I think these iron bars need to maybe be mossy cobblestone. The sun has gone down! Need to have one more sleep. All right, guys, let's go have a look once again. We've had a sleep. Our eyeballs are now refreshed. And what I'm thinking is, it's kind of like we need to, I feel like we need to complete the border of mossy cobblestone, right? I think that's why it's not feeling correct, because the border of this mossy cobblestone foundation is not complete, right? So let's try that. Let's complete this border of mossy cobblestone running on top here and see what that looks like. Oh yes, I think that's it. I think we just nailed it. Oh man, that looks awesome. Yeah, that does look awesome, right? I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below of what the entrance hall looks like now. It kind of, I don't know, it looks awesome, but I don't know, something is bothering me about it. And I'm not entirely sure what. But I kind of like this design. I think it's pretty sweet. I don't know. Now, the more that I look at it, I don't know about this line over here, man. I don't know, maybe that line needs to be wood or something. I don't know. Because if we're going to do it over here, we're going to have to do the whole border, right? We're going to have to make a whole sort of skeleton structure out of mossy cobblestone. Maybe what we should be doing is using wood or using something different. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it does need to be iron bars. Oh man, I don't know. Or I'm going to experiment a little bit off camera, guys, and try and come to a design that I really like. And I'm going to be checking out for your guys' feedback in the comment section of this video too. If you got any of you guys have a really sweet idea how to make this freaking greenhouse look absolutely epic, you know what to do, man. You hit me up in the comment section below. If you want to make a video about it, go for it, man. Send it to me. You can send it to me in the comment section or on dogcraft.net. I'll take a look, and hopefully we can come up with this really sweet design. But guys, unfortunately, we've run out of time in this episode for crafting. We've only got one more thing left to do in this episode, and that is, of course, to get some of you guys onto the Dogali. I just want to have one more look at the greenhouse. It is looking awesome, man. Oh, God. This is going to be so sweet. In the next episode, we're going to finish this bad boy, man. We're going to get all the flowers planted inside. We're going to get this sucker up and running and get a nice little sort of water fountain built over here also. That's going to be freaking sick. Man, whenever I do a project dedicated to someone that I love, it always turns out really sweet. I guess it's just more love goes into it, I guess. So guys, in the next episode, we're going to be finishing off that greenhouse. But for now, why don't we head up to the Dogalith courtyard and I can get 8 of you guys onto the Dogalith for today's episode. And remember guys, if you want to stand a chance of being put on the Dogalith, you need to be a subscriber of the Rendog channel and you need to leave me a constructive comment here and there on my videos. I choose you guys randomly from the comments on my videos, or there's a thread on dogcraft.net, the official Cyberdog fan community where you can leave your YouTube username to stand a chance of being added to this giant ass freaking monolith over here, man. This is known more affectionately as the Dogalith, and I bet you that I don't have any signs in here. Yep, I was right. No signs. So guys, I'm going to head down. What is this freaking crafting table doing here? I'm going to head down into the storage rooms, get some signs, get 8 of you guys onto the Dogalith. I'll see you on the other side of this kaplam. Kaplam! Alright, Cyberdogs, I have added 8 more of you guys to the Dogalith, and you can see yourselves directly above my head. Firstly, from YouTube subscribers, we have got Gamer Rusith, Cameron Rogers, Bunny NZ, and Tio McDog. Welcome to the Dogalith, my Cyberdog friends. You've been immortalized in the interbubs forever. And now from dogcraft.net, the official Cyberdog fan community, we have got Drunken Clams, Dan2442, Odd Socks, and Johnny Mo 13. Welcome to the Dogalith, my Cyberdog friends. And remember guys, I just told you exactly how you can get onto the Dogalith, so if you want to do it, you know what to freaking do. Thank you so much for watching this episode, my friends. We were working on that sweet ass greenhouse that you can see down there. In the next episode, we're going to be finishing that bad boy off and then start looking towards that direction over there where we're going to start working on the Cyberdog monument. Guys, this has been Rendog playing Minecraft Survival. Hope you've enjoyed it, man. If you have, you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit that subscribe button. And we will see you in the next freaking video. Goodbye, my friends.